Welcome back to the channel, everyone. You know, I like being right. I'm not always right, but I like it when I am. And last week, when we gave our early review of Jurassic World Rebirth, I told you I really enjoyed the movie. I told you it was one of my favorite Jurassic Worlds that I had seen. And I told you it was going to make a ton of money. And it made a ton of money this weekend. And the weekend's not even over yet. It's made over $141 million domestically. Add in the international markets, which haven't fully reported yet, and it's between 312 and upwards of $317 million. It's the second best opening of any Jurassic Park film. But there you go. Even though this film had a ton of hate. And that's what really surprised me. That this film, of all films, of all the films that are coming out this summer, that this one would be the one that gets a ton of hate. A ton of hate from reviewers who hated it before they even saw it. That picked on it before they even hit theaters. And you know me, I mean, I like to call it like I see it. I like to be honest with my opinions, but very rarely will I tell you something that I don't like before I even see it. And I think that's something that's important to really remember now going with movies, as we have this culture of needing to get these clicks and needing to get these views. And sure, the negativity gets a lot of views. I get that. I understand that. I can even appreciate that. But the negativity really doesn't belong with that film, especially with a global box office of well north of $300 million. Does that mean there'll be another one? Maybe, probably. Does that mean it's going to be just as good? That's no guarantee. But here we go. We've got a film that's got the second biggest opening of the year behind Minecraft, the movie, which there's a film that, I don't know, got made fun of even before it came out, that got a little bit of hate even before it came out. But in the long run, it's almost at $1 billion worldwide for the year. And was that a perfect movie? No, but it was a fun movie. Same thing with Jurassic World. Is it a perfect movie? Absolutely not. I told you what I thought were some of the flaws with that film, but it was a really fun film. And again, just to remind ourselves that we go to the movies to have fun. And yeah, when we go to see something by Christopher Nolan, something like Oppenheimer, we expect something a little different, a different kind of narrative, a different kind of storytelling, something a little tighter in the writing. But when we go to see a summer blockbuster, we expect there's going to be a couple holes here and there, maybe some editing mistakes, something like that. We get that. I get that. And it's not that you lower expectations. It's just you kind of have to understand what you're buying a ticket for. You're buying a ticket to go see giant dinosaurs run around, chasing people who are screaming, and some of those people are going to get eaten. Some of those people you want to see eaten. That's the thing. And that's what we got. And again, was it a perfect movie? No. Does it have flaws? Yes. Does it deserve this type of opening? Absolutely. I told you that on the first night when I got home after seeing it. I said, this movie's going to make a ton of money. And it should, because it delivers fun. Now, I mean, it's estimated to have $141 million over a 5-day opening domestically. Its 3-day opening is around $85 million. That's an incredible opening for any film on a holiday weekend. It ranks now as the 5th best July 4th opening holiday weekend film of all time. And being the 7th title in the series, it looks like its international box office is going to be around $171 million. And I can tell you down here, south of the border, theaters were sold out. It was actually hard to get a ticket for a showing in English, never mind in Spanish, dubbed in Spanish. It's estimated to have at least on its opening day, $11 to $12 million in China, which again, that's a big market and that helps boost those sales. But here's a film that seems to be appealing to not only domestic markets, but international markets, which means it's probably going to have some legs. In a few days, Superman is going to hit, and I've got my early screening tickets for that. And so I'll get to see that on July 9th, which means Wednesday. I'll be able to come home and tell you exactly what I thought about Superman. And I'm excited for that film. But if that film also becomes a juggernaut, could that affect the box office for Jurassic World? Sure. Do I think it's going to have a huge, huge dent in it? No, I think this film is going to ultimately be profitable at a $180 million budget, not including the marketing. It's pretty much almost there for the break-even point. So everything else that comes after is just gravy. So again, I enjoy being right. I watched all the other reviews, all the top-tier reviewers that are out there, and the hate and the anger or the vitriol or the cynicism or the sarcasm. But I think it's very much misplaced, and I think it's very much out of pocket for a film that really just looked to entertain, and for a film that really just looked to say, hey, we just want to have some fun again. We want to remember what Jurassic Park was like. the original trilogy, and we want to bring a little bit of that back to the franchise. And I think that's why Jurassic World Rebirth, and as some of these negative reviews call it, Afterbirth, one of them called it Jurassic World Abortion, which I think was a little bit over the line, but hey, I get it. Anything to get the click, I get it. I'm a YouTuber as well. But I think that was a little over the line for a film that, again, that didn't have any egregious errors to it. It didn't have a ton of social messaging in it. It didn't have a ton of political messaging in it. It just aimed to try to recapture the idea of simple storytelling, nothing complicated, nothing too overt, nothing too extraneous, simple plot, stuck on an island with dinosaurs, mutant dinosaurs that are trying to eat you. Can you get away? One reviewer called it video game-like. And I'm like, well, any film could be video game-like. My favorite film is Star Wars. Plenty of video games based off of Star Wars, and I'm pretty sure you could make a video game based off the original Star Wars. So some of the reviews I've seen have been pretty disingenuous, just to hate on a film to hate on a film. But again, as I said last week, the film is a ton of fun. The film is going to make a ton of money. And it did. Now, the only thing that we can see going forward is this. The continued anger and hate and cynicism and sarcasm and seeming want and desire for future films such as Superman, Fantastic Four to fail, because there's plenty of that out there if you look for it. Actually, you don't even need to really look for it. It's just there. Will these films turn out just like Jurassic World? And will they defy the cynicism and the negativity that's out there before they even hit theaters? And will they have some success at the box office? Not because they just deserve to have success, but because they earned it, because they are good films. And we'll find out. We'll find out in a few days if Superman is a really good film or a really bad film. And we'll see if it does the numbers it needs to do to become successful. In a couple of weeks, we got our tickets for Fantastic Four First Steps. And we'll see, is the cynicism warranted even before the film hits theaters? Or will this film become the next big hit for Marvel, which desperately needs one? But I think it's a safe bet to say, I think both those films are going to do quite well at the box office. Just looking at the ticket sales that are pre-sales, the tracking numbers, I think they're poised to have really good openings. Whether they can achieve billion-dollar status like Minecraft, that's to be seen if the films can have legs. That's to be seen whether the word of mouth coming out of those opening weekends is any good or not. But in the end, I think what you're seeing is that audiences are starting to give films a chance despite the negativity surrounding them before they even get released. I think you're starting to see a little bit of a trend where maybe a year ago, pre-release negativity could sink a film, or maybe even a few months ago, i.e. Snow White. But of course, that really was a bad movie, and it really didn't deserve to do that well. But the film's negativity, the negativity surrounding the film that came from not only the production, not only the actors, but also the firestorm of controversy that roiled online, didn't do that film many favors. But I think we're starting to see that some audiences, especially domestically in the United States, are starting to give films maybe a little bit more benefit of the doubt, maybe a little bit more of a chance. Maybe they're starting to sort of say, you know what, maybe it's not all negative. And I think this summer is going to be a very positive summer experience for movies. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And that's what I think. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did you see Jurassic World Rebirth? What did you think of it? Did you like the movie? Do you think it deserves the success that it's getting? And let me know, do you think there's way too much negativity out there right now concerning films and concerning music and concerning television shows, even before these things are seen? I think there is. But then that's just my opinion. I'll see you a little bit later on down the road. I'm still your reluctant gringo from south of the border. Salud and a huevo.